Welcome to the Hot Topic Podcast. This is your host, Psycho 4081.
Lady Lamb Chop.
And Felonious Feather.
Felonious Feather. Okay, so this podcast, we discuss all those difficult topics, the ones that nobody wants to discuss. We like the controversy. So today we have our guest, Pastor Dirty.
Welcome, Pastor.
Hey, what's going on?
Thank you for coming. So today's topic.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Now, you're coming from Baltimore, correct?
Straight out of Baltimore.
Okay, doing his pastoring on the streets.
In them streets.
That's right.
So
That's the other streets. That's what I do. Gotta spread the word everywhere I go.
All right, so today's topic is, do men want love or respect more? Right? So from a man's perspective and from a woman's perspective, we want to talk about that. Do we want love or respect more? Okay? So before we get into that, we have to define what love is, right? And in your perspective as a man, as a pastor, pastoring out there in the streets,
Right.
how do you define love?
Well, in my street sermon, actually in my life, I define love the way that I've learned it from my parents. I came from a two-parent household, unlike some people in the community. My parents been together since Jesus was a baby, and I've always I look at love the way I viewed it from their point. Love is not necessarily always romantic, but what I view love from them is staying together, respecting each other, and going through ups and downs. It's been a lot of ups and downs in my life because we didn't grow up rich or even middle class. We were actually poor. And the way we grew up was, I'm a 70s baby, so I kind of grew up in the 80s. And that was during the time where they didn't like
Crack, yeah.
man and woman together. Okay, so, and I know I'm bringing this up now, but it came up in a time where they didn't like man and woman together. So my father sometimes had to act like he didn't live with us in order for us to get any benefits and so forth and whatever, like medical assistance, whatever.
Yeah. Like Claudine.
My father was
Right.
the only one working. So they had to act like my father didn't live there, and so we could get milkman stuff, the little messed up cheese and
Wick,
everything like that,
yep.
and blah, 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 and everything had to be in my mother's name, even though my father worked, and he did whatever he had to do. So I'm used to, to me, love is unity, sticking together, knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them, like Kenny Rogers said in the song.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
just kind of being quiet, staying together. And their main goal was to keep us all together. So love is family. But I look at it in a nutshell. It's family.
I have one problem with what you said. That one problem.
Yeah, a problem.
Yeah. That cheese made great mac and cheese.
Oh, my God.
I love those. That cheese made great.
Grilled cheese sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
She has no idea what we're talking about.
No, I
I
don't.
was telling my niece, I was like, man, the Clover Man people would come through and they had the cheese and the eggs and the milk.
Right.
Yep.
I loved it, but yeah, that was love for us because my father sometimes had to demean himself or to act like he didn't exist in our life, and my father was always there. And to demean himself and act like my mother did everything and he was a deadbeat was killing him, and I know it was, and it does to this day, because everything my mother gets now, my father pays for in cash.
Wow.
And it's like it's almost creative. Today I was over there, and she has a Lincoln, whatever, I don't know, one of those crossover Lincolns, whatever. And before that, she had a Ford Edge. She paid for brand new cash. That's what he does, because the system in itself killed him.
Oh, so you think he's accustomed to that?
Felt like, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. My mother needs nothing. But the point being is, to me, love is sacrifice. Love
Okay.
is understanding
word.
each other. Love is knowing, like I said, when to hold them and when to fold them.
Yep.
And my father was there for a long time. He's always going to be there. He's not going nowhere. My mother's crazy. I've done the research. She is crazy. My mother is certified crazy. We can have stories, but I have to talk to my therapist first because I'm not sure if this is going to go right now. Because this woman is nuts. But my father loved her to death, and this is where we are.
So,
All right.
a break real quick. One of the co-hosts here really didn't understand the story part about the cheese and
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my.
'cause,
Really?
you know,
So-
she didn't.
We'll
she didn't grow-
digress. We'll digress.
She didn't grow up in the U.S.
Well, back in the day, we had what they call the milkman. And if you didn't make a certain amount of money or if you was on welfare, then the milkman would come through and give you free cheese, free milk, and free eggs, and whatever else was on the menu for the
Yeah,
for the
I
day.
got WIC.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
WIC is women, infants, and children. So you're right. We got cheese, we
Right,
got
yeah,
eggs,
It was WIC. It was
peanut
WIC,
butter,
pretty much.
I think
cereal.
They still do that. They still
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still do that.
cereal, but they would bring it to you opposed to you going to the market.
Right,
Oh, okay.
right. It was definitely
Right.
dropped off at the door.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we had
Yeah.
that. In
Oh
New
yeah, they
Jersey.
brought it to the door.
Really.
Yes.
They brought it to the door.
Yes.
You probably didn't grow up in America.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
we wasn't the typical Americans. I could tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you define love, and what would you say? How you define
I
love?
defined it as comfortable and patience, and like he said, just warm, family.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you say, Felonious?
Well, love for me is, like I said, deep affection. Love is, now I'm adding love is sacrifice.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Trying to
He
steal
said-
your words.
Yeah,
dog.
but you know what? That rang a bell in my head too. Yeah, I agree
It
with
is
that 100%.
sacrifice. Yes,
Yes,
love is sacrifice.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
can say love would be deep affection, sacrifice, longevity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Comfort.
Comfort. I think it's comfort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, in my perspective, it's when you would give more of yourself. Like I know when it comes to love, you would sacrifice. I guess
That's
it's
sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Right.
Sacrifice.
Yeah. Is that?
Of course.
Okay, so hold on one second. We're gonna take a little break here. All right, we're gonna pause.
He is so special.
Oh my God, he had to say all that.
I
You
did.
just-
Well, we're still recording.
You just put your thing on do not disturb.
So, Pastor, we got a little technical difficulty right now.
Oh
usual.
my gosh.
As usual.
We are taking up so much of your time. We are so sorry. When we have you back, and we will have you back, we are definitely
Oh, don't worry
gonna
about
have
it.
it together
I'm
by then.
okay.
Because it was an emergency.
Yeah, I'm all right.
yes, whatever. Okay, so
Me and Brian go way back. He'll take care of me.
so how do you define respect?
Respect to me is when you adore or you admire what someone else, who someone else is or what they have done. And then they also, it's enough fear attached to it that you won't cross them. So that's the way I view respect. It's just, in my opinion, it's just, admire. It's admiration.
Yeah.
So to
More
respect
so
you,
than anything.
so to respect you, you want somebody to have some sort of a fear also.
We said healthy fear.
It kind of comes with the territory, but it's not fear as if the fear you would have of a gun. It's
Right.
more like the fear you would have of
An idol, like an idol.
Of disappointment.
Okay.
Okay,
Say it again.
fear of disappointment,
No, like a fear of
repercussions.
Fear of, like I said, it's someone you just.
That's
do
what I'm
not
saying, like
wanna
an
cross.
idol, like an idol,
Like someone you just. Say what?
like an idol.
Like,
idol.
Like the figurehead of your parents.
Oh my God! You just have to say my words again.
He didn't understand the word.
What do you mean idol? Oh, you do. I said idol.
Yeah, but he didn't understand your accent.
Whatever.
Oh, you said like of your idol?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God!
I
It
get
took
you,
him
but
like
no,
it took him like 5
all
minutes
I'm
to
saying
understand.
is-
Oh my God!
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, you can tell you from Baltimore.
Oh Lord, I'm not from Baltimore.
Oh, okay. You've been here 20 years. You're from
He
Baltimore.
from Baltimore.
Yeah.
No, I am. I'm born and raised.
What's Felonious? So what would you say respect is? And I know you said something about
Well,
idolization.
a lot of Americans say respect. Is it respect?
Respect.
Okay.
All right.
It's
Yes,
definitely,
PCT.
it's definitely a T.
Yeah, some people say respect.
Right.
It could be respect. Your Birdman said respect. Put
Respect.
some respect on his name.
Respect.
Put some respect on it. Put some respect on it.
Hey, Pastor Dirty, she done messed up the word idol now, so now she's trying to,
You know what? You are so wrong. You are so wrong. No, I'm taking up for her. You are so wrong.
Okay, for me, respect is holding someone in high esteem
Okay.
Yeah.
and healthy fear, like she said.
Yeah.
It's like, but the word fear is like not fear, like being scared of somebody. It's like I admire that person and I don't want to
Disappoint him.
disappoint that person, kind of thing.
So
Yes.
to add on to that, when you mentioned fear, that I was speaking to a woman who specifically said that in her particular country, the men particularly want fear, and they think fear is respect.
Oh, wow.
So you have to fear them, and that's how they think. And it's the same thing here. Like a lot of people, like the gangsters, they think they're getting
Respect
respect
by
It's
being
really
feared.
fear. It's
Right,
fear of
right.
Okay, so holding someone in high esteem.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with that.
And then
I agree with Felonious. Like holding
Okay.
one, in high esteem, appreciate them,
Admiring.
admire, appreciate with their knowledge. But yeah, healthy fear, because parents, I don't think my kids fear me. Oh, there's been a moment, but
They fear you.
yeah, I think that we always had a healthy fear about parents.
Right.
So but you respected them.
oh, I could tell you, I had a healthy
But then
fear
it's
of mine.
these days, a lot of things happening on social media, and then you're like, do these people have families at all?
Right.
You know,
Right.
Like
right.
I'm like, what? Do you have parents? Because
Right.
even till now, I cannot do a lot of things because I'm like, oh my God, my dad. If my dad sees this, he's gonna kill me.
Yes.
And I'm in my
absolutely.
30s, so it's like,
Right.
I
and
still
but
have-
it's still there. It's instilled
Yeah,
in
you know?
It's instilled
yeah.
in
So
you,
like
right.
fear, like so that love and fear, respect. Now these days, it might mean different things to different people. These days is what I'm
Yes.
trying to say.
Yes.
It's different now. Like nobody really respect could be.
So it's
different.
basically based on your cultural background, your upbringing.
Or your upbringing. Yeah,
and then,
Pastor Dirty said that.
I'm trying to say like Gen Z kind of thing
Oh,
now.
okay.
Right.
So it's like it's totally different now.
It is.
It's different
it is.
right now.
Because I've seen kids say things to teachers that you would
No.
never do in school. Like you
Never,
would
absolutely.
never do
I'm like,
that. And you had a healthy respect for your
Right.
teacher
Yeah.
and your neighbors.
Exactly.
Because your neighbors was gonna tell.
Of course.
Well, even with that, one of the things too that when speaking of school, that the teachers were in your community.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
you didn't just see them as Miss such and such. You saw
Right.
them, whatever. And I think
Right.
that may be something they need to look into or fix some sort of way. Same thing with police officers, I guess.
Yeah, well, back in the days, they say a community raises the child, not
Right.
one person.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So these days, it's like, I don't know.
Now,
I don't know who
what-
raising
wait a
these
minute, what
children.
back in the day does she know?
Whatever.
She spoke
It's too
correctly, and it's true.
Yeah.
It
What
is-
you mean?
it is absolutely true.
We're the same generation. I told you that.
You are not
We
the same
are.
generation.
Whatever.
So, Pastor Dirty, we have a few questions. Are we ready to move to questions?
Sure.
Psycho?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
okay. We have a few questions for you, and
Okay, go.
I think we're all going to answer them too. But the first question would be, how important is it for you to feel loved in your relationship? And what does love look like? Now, we talked about the love languages. Psycho, can you do the love languages for us real quick?
Okay, so the love
now
language.
That I know more about love language.
So
For the listeners.
So for the listeners out there, that we generally accept that there's 5 love languages, and I wish I could give the author credit who came up with this, but there's physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. Right? So when you say your love language, these are the things that how you feel love, not necessarily how you display it. Is what you, if somebody gives that to you, that you would feel loved.
Well, my love language, now that I know it, is words of affirmation. I need to be heard, and I like to talk now as I get older. It's so sad, but as I get older, the more I wanna talk, and the more I want to talk, the more I learn, because I have been my life prior to this, maybe 20 years ago, 15 years ago. It wasn't a lot of talk, and it was just a lot of, hey, let's party, let's do this, whatever. And now I'm at a point in my life where communication is the key to a lot of different things. So I would say words of affirmation is my thing, and I feel loved more when I know that I'm appreciated more. And that's pretty much it. I need to feel loved. I mean, I need to feel and I need to hear it that I am loved.
Okay.
And I'll return the favor, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I like to hear it more so now that where I am in my life, opposed to when I did 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I didn't care what you said. But now, I'm being 100. It's just whatever. Yeah, 20 years ago, I didn't care what you said. But now, it does matter to me what you say. It does matter. And without sounding crazy, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to let someone else say. Whatever they say, then I will add on to that, but I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen.
So did Lamb Chop?
My love language is definitely acts of service. Yeah,
okay.
I don't have a love language.
Everybody does.
Everyone.
But generally everybody wants
all of those.
5,
yeah.
yes.
But one is most dominant.
Right.
Of course.
Right. So yours was gifts. I'm gonna speak for her.
I don't know why he think he be knowing people.
I don't know.
I know. Gifts. Hers is gifts. So
nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. No, nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah, spend your money on me.
I think for me,
get your gifts, honey. Get your gifts. Get your flowers now, okay?
Right.
I think it's for me.
Get your flowers.
Easily acts of service for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, slave away for Brian.
Can you hand me my water over there?
See,
exactly.
Look. He's starting already.
Okay.
That's a daggone shame.
Lord.
Yes, he is our very special person. So our next question is: have you ever been in a situation where you felt unloved but respected, or loved and disrespected? And how does that impact your relationships now?
I have been loved and not respected. As I was saying before, Psycho know this individual. And yeah, I have been loved but not respected. This person, when I say I've been loved, what I mean by that is that this individual actually had the knowledge of wanting me to be better, want me to do better. She would spend time with me and everything else. But here's where the level of disrespect stepped in. I had a party at my house one time, and she came through, and she decided to mess around with a guy that was at my party. And not just, wait a minute, I didn't finish the story. Not just the guy that was at my party, but the guy who knew the guy.
Oh.
Okay, so we never finished the story, okay? So, the guy who knew the guy. So, this individual had 2 guys, and this individual also had 2 children.
Oh.
And one Valentine's Day, this individual, she decided that she wanted to go out with one of those 2 guys, and she did. However, she left one of her children at my house.
Oh, jeez.
On Valentine's Day.
Disrespectful, extremely disrespectful. So,
Yikes.
Wow.
I'm not going to say that she didn't have love for me or didn't love me, because she really, I believe she really genuinely did.
So why do you think that she actually loved you?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why did she do that? I'm gonna tell you. I believe she did that because she wasn't 100% sure where she and I stood. So yes, I didn't give her any affirmation as to what was going to happen between she and I.
Okay.
So I think she kept her,
Options open.
Options open. Okay.
Yeah, but she didn't let me know she kept it open for herself. Let me watch her darn children. So, and she would have told me, listen, I'm going out with this dude that I met at your house, and I'm going to let you watch my kids.
Wow.
I would have been like, yeah, that probably wouldn't work too well. But she didn't tell me that. She lied about it. So that was the level of disrespect. If she would have been like, listen, I know we're not going anywhere, blah, 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 and this is what I'm doing, I would have had more respect. But she didn't respect me enough to even do that. Wow. She didn't give me the choice. So that's where the disrespect came in at.
So do you know people actually say that they lie to you because they respect you?
No, I never heard that.
When he said that,
maybe
she didn't
maybe
say
loved
the truth.
you. Maybe
No. When he said that she didn't say the truth, that she lied to him, instead of saying that, hey, I wanted this. Like, okay, well, because I respect you.
Nah,
I don't want.
Nah, that ain't gonna fly. Nah. No, so people lie because I won't say they respect, but they don't want to hurt your feelings. So I guess that's maybe they lie for love.
That's what I'm saying. Some people say that they respect. That I respect you. Right. I don't want to lie to you.
No,
because
don't lie to me and think it's
respectful.
That's if you do it and say, well, I loved you enough not to
want to hurt your feelings.
Right. I can see that, but nah.
But in this situation whatsoever, no, she had no right to do that. To me, if you loved somebody genuinely, you should talk about these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
well, communication is hard.
So
it is hard.
But then it's like, it's either you break up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, rather than doing that, that's like more hurtful than.
But even then, you could tell the topic is, do men prefer love or respect more? Obviously, I think in his situation,
well, he got love. But he
didn't get respect.
But the respect is more. Would you say? No, she was spreading the love.
She was a cheerful giver, so
she's a giver.
Yeah, she's cheerful.
You're having so much fun off of me.
No, we are not. We are not.
You are cracking up.
So in your case, in that situation, would you have preferred the respect over the love?
The respect.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So how has that changed your relationship? How has that changed your current relationship? Or the relationships that you're going to get into?
How has that changed? Well, that was back in, baby, that was over 20 years ago. So
okay.
The way that was back in 2001, 2002.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to tell you, the way that has evolved was that what I was telling you before we got on the broadcast, I was saying that really has changed my whole concept on whether I wanted to be married or not. Yeah, it really did. And I had one of my best friends was a female, and she was cheating on her husband. Mm-hmm. So it was just a lot going on, and I was like, I don't trust these women. I don't trust them at all.
You're right.
No, there's no way in the world. I'm not doing this.
Right.
So it has led me into, and believe it or not, and Psycho will tell you, believe it or not, I've never believed in a million years that I would meet more good women than I would meet women that wasn't about anything. And true to life, I have met more good women than anything.
I don't believe you.
I didn't want to believe it because
I don't believe
of what
you.
I went through.
Right. And that definitely.
It's just what I went through, and I went, this cannot be true.
Right.
Whatever. And so for 20 years, I have just pushed everyone off, and that was my
defense mechanism.
So, good.
That comes from hurt.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it was a lot of years of just like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I don't believe what she's saying is true. I don't believe this, And that was just what I dealt with for like many years.
So just one person determined all this.
That's all it takes.
It wasn't one person. The one person started. Well, it started prior to the situation I told you.
Right.
With I told you about it. With my two daughters' mothers. She was the first crazy one. I was friends with a crazy one, and then I dated another crazy one, and it just led me to believe that maybe this wasn't right. But even though I met all of these wonderful people, and I'm not gonna lie to you, they were wonderful people. They weren't no ragamuffin or something like that. Like some people would like categorize them to be. They were good people, and I just was like, nope, because that was my trust level.
Right.
So when you asked the question today, do I prefer to be loved or respected? My answer is respected, and I'll give you my answer once y'all get to it. But I would rather be respected at this point, because I think that most men, especially the ones in my circle, we have a level of respect that we want, and I'll explain it to you later. So you can go ahead and with your regularly scheduled program.
This is just a random, like it's not on anything that we have set up for today. But respect for black men, is it different when it comes from black women?
Yes. Well, no, you know what? He and I, we have talks. We've talked in the past about what we see as respect, and we're respectful as far as as a black man, and not to cause any trouble.
Oh,
I don't have to, but it's,
here it comes.
It just seems that
we have level-headed women on here. Right?
Yeah, but it seems that depends on. I'm not going to say any particular demographic outside of where they were raised, but American-born women overall have less of a level of respect when it comes to men. And I hate to say it, I know I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this, but it's black women, right? Unless they're from another country, or like if they're raised in those traditional Latina communities, is a cultural, but again, it's different in the South. So you can find that if you looked at our circle, you talked to our circle, most of them would say, hey, that black women do not give black men the level of respect they get from somebody outside the race.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
But and I think it's really, where they were raised. Not so
how
much,
they were raised.
Yeah. Because like I said, in my personal opinion, my personal experience, the women in the South were, raised a different way, where they gave, more of a respect. The Caribbean, Africa, China.
Oh, here we go.
Seriously, that's just in my my experience. But I'm not saying that.
I'm sorry, Pastor. It's a long story behind that. We'll talk to you about that another time. We'll talk to you about that another day.
Yeah, I touched the nerve. How she came over here, but That's just just amongst the group of guys. Now,
Right.
what would you say would you say that's correct in your circle?
I would say, Psycho, in my circle, you're correct.
Okay.
I will say that a friend of mine right now actually is getting married in June in the Dominican to a Dominican woman. And he has been married. This is his third marriage.
Yikes.
And this is his third marriage, and this is his first Dominican. The other two have been African American.
Mm-hmm.
The first African American woman she was young. It wasn't a big idea, everything was fine. The second one put him through the ringer.
Mm.
And it wasn't a good thing. He was in the military, and she gave him their children. She didn't want their children no more. She ended up dating the son's football coach.
Okay.
And she ended up dating the son's football coach, and then she told him that his children were bastards, and she was going to have children with the other guy, which she did. And then he was in the military, so he had to oblige and whatever. So time goes on, and what ends up happening is that once everything's settled, he got custody of the children, and she had her children with the coach.
Sorry for the laugh.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and now that he's doing well, now he's back on his feet. She told the judge that she deserves more money, but all of their children are adults and so forth and another. And she said it's not fair that he's still doing well and I'm not.
Okay, so let me throw this in there.
Words. So this not my. These are her words.
She's crazy.
So
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Let me just say that.
It's just kind of crazy because according to what Psycho was saying, some of our women.
Well, let me throw in a disclaimer. Let me throw in a disclaimer just to be fair. I think a lot of times reason why we do get that is that black men, for whatever reason, and that's a whole different conversation. We kind of cultivated that too. Like how we didn't step up to the plate. Like, men leaving their families, not doing what they're supposed to do, not protecting the woman. So we cultivated that to some extent. Some of it. Mm-hmm. But so I can see, I won't say that they're 100% to blame.
Right.
I think we have like just as much blame on that as well.
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion because it really comes from history of, we can go way back. Okay, so we only have 2 more questions, and I'm going to get to them because I'm getting sleepy because I'm old. So our next question is, do you believe that societal expectations or gender roles influence how men perceive respect and love in a relationship? Ooh, that's a big one.
Yes, societal expectations.
Like if
I will say, you know what? No, I will say yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will say yes. And my reason for saying yes is because, what else do people really have to go on? We usually go on what has been passed on to us.
Right.
So when we deal with stuff like that, some of it is, and then we have to deal with what is the now. So what is the now? Do we say that what was dealt to us prior to is sufficient for what we're dealing with now? I do think the answer to the question is yes, but I want to say that sometimes we have to make things sufficient for now. Right now, you know what I mean? Everything right now isn't good, but
right.
So
sometimes we have to recognize it for what it is. If we don't recognize it, then we're going to ignore it. And if we ignore it, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah, nothing changes if you don't identify the problem.
So are you saying just change with the times? Are you saying just change with the times? Change with the time?
No. I don't always agree with changing with the times. Sometimes that's not always the right
Facts.
answer.
That is
but
so true.
I will say, recognize the times.
Okay.
And then what we can do is we can have a conversation. If we come to the forefront and say, okay, this is what it is. You people should not be doing X, Y, and Z. And then they can explain to you why they're doing X, Y, and Z. And we can probably come to a compromise where we can let them know that we're right. You know what I'm saying? You're wrong. I'm right.
I agree.
You have to come to that compromise. You're wrong.
Oh my gosh, that is too funny. That is too funny.
You have to come to that compromise. Okay.
We talked about
all right, you're wrong.
already.
All right, so now that we have that all squared away,
Yeah.
you can go back to playing Fortnite, and I can let you know how things are going to go tomorrow.
No, so we have some one more thing though. And this is our shenanigans here. So,
Yes, this is the portion of the show that I call shenanigans, nonsense, and foolishness.
So we're going to give you a choice, and you're going to choose one or the other. Okay.
Okay.
And you got to choose. We don't want you to, think about them so much, but, give us your
First
answer.
thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
He's not.
Which would you rather have? A woman with a bad body and a GED, or nobody and a PhD?
Nobody in the GED.
Nobody,
wait.
but he mixed them up.
No. Bad body with a GED, or nobody with a PhD?
Nobody with a GED.
So are you saying that she can't be smarter than you?
Oh no, I love a smart woman.
Okay.
Ain't nothing like a smart woman. I love them. I'm always around them. My son's mother has like 2 masters and some other crap. I don't even know. But excuse me, Lord. She had a booty. And guess what? I listen. When
All right.
she talked, I listen.
All right. So
I said, what did you say again?
hood girl or bougie girl?
Take it off.
No, we ain't taking it off there. We're unscripted.
So unscripted.
Hood girl,
so what?
hood girl or bougie girl?
Who's my girl?
No, hood girl or a bougie girl?
Oh, I like bougie.
You take a bougie girl?
I love bougie women.
Okay. Cook in or dine out?
And you're paying.
Hold on,
he's paying. Would you rather?
Hold on. You're breaking up. Say it again.
Or would you rather have a cook in? Would you rather cook in or dine out? You're on a date with your woman.
Dine out.
Dine out. Okay. Big money. All right. So.
Well, it's not about big money. I just don't have time.
Okay. Romantic ski resort or Caribbean beach party?
Caribbean beach party.
He said you would say that.
All right. Triple D's or bee stings?
What's the first one?
Triple D's or bee stings?
Triple B's or
Triple D.
Not bees.
Is that like boob size?
Big.
Is that like boob size?
Yeah. Yeah. D's.
I'm not a big type of that person.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Guess what? Play the game. Triple B's. The big
Triple
ones.
D's.
Triple
D's.
D's.
You know?
Not bee.
Give me the B's. I want the B's.
All right. So rum and coke or fine wine?
Rum and Coke.
Okay. That's good.
Okay.
So, that's our shenanigan round. So just.
I want more questions.
Okay, so you're from Baltimore. We'll give you one more. You're from Baltimore, right? So would you rather have the Ravens win the Super Bowl or the Orioles win the World Series? No, that's too easy.
Raven?
No. I'm taking that back.
I can say I don't care about either
Would you
one of them.
rather have the Steelers beat the Ravens and go to the Super Bowl, or would you rather have the Yankees beat the Orioles and go to the World Series?
Oh.
Say it again.
Would you rather
have the Yankees beat us?
would you
Or the
rather
Steelers beat us?
yes to
Right.
go to the championship?
Yankees.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I don't even watch sports, and I would agree with that.
No,
Okay.
I can't have the Steelers do that. No,
So,
absolutely not.
As you guys know, we when we do our podcast, we usually give a prize. We call a stupid prize of some sort, and we have some type of trivia to the winner for the winner. So, do we tell them the trivia now?
Well, I guess you could.
I don't even, you know what? I don't even want it. I love being on here.
Oh,
Good.
well, we love having you. We love having you. Yes, you tell them what his answer.
Okay.
And that's how we know they listened.
Okay. So the do we do it now?
Yes.
Okay. So the question the prize question is, what did our guest speaker, Reverend Dirty, select? Was it the romantic?
Pastor.
Oh, I'm
Pastor
sorry. I'm
Dirty.
sorry.
Pastor Dirty.
Pastor.
Yeah.
But did he select the romantic ski resort or did he select the Caribbean beach party? So whoever emails us or texts us or send us a message with that answer will win our special prize that we will not tell you what it is now. But the last winner was Angie Chandra. She's from Zambia, and she was the winner of $50. Okay,
So,
and
yay, Angie! Thank you for listening.
So, as we wind up, we want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors. That's Myrie's Island Kitchen at 9828 Liberty Road. That's in Randallstown. She was a gracious host for one of our podcasts.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to publish it because we had some technical difficulties, but we did have, yeah. Yep. We had, what did we have? You didn't eat.
I tasted your brown stew chicken.
Brown stew chicken.
It was delicious.
Oh, let me tell you, that's my favorite.
Wow.
Yes.
So if you guys like Caribbean food, like my favorite is the brown stew chicken. You've had her food, right?
No.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
You have.
A jerk chicken, I know.
Yeah, and let me tell you,
Whatever.
Pass the
Whatever.
dirty. Let me tell you,
Whatever.
she's a poor excuse of a Nigerian because she could not handle the jerk chicken.
Remember we said that. I told her I'm not. So I went there bragging. I'm like, you know what? I'm Nigerian. I eat spicy. Blah blah blah. I want it extra spicy, and then she made it extra spicy. So that's why he would not let go forever.
I love spicy.
Well, she couldn't handle it, so
Whatever.
I hear her accent. Where are you from?
He just told you Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
she
I'm
ain't from
going to Ghana in like December. Wow.
Nice.
Brian is also going to Ghana.
I'm going. Well, he and I. We talked about we going everywhere.
Okay.
We got a date with destiny.
Okay. All the best.
I can fit in a suitcase. That's all I'm saying.
Except for Australia.
Well, you know, I haven't been to Australia.
I haven't either. So.
I did go to the what's that place? Southeast Asia when I rescued Lamb Chop.
Oh, geez.
I rescued her from the rice paddies.
Oh, I thought we were gonna be able to get away without this story.
She was looking a little cute, but she had her bamboo hat.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
Help me, Lord.
So for you guys out there, you can check out our podcast at www.hottopics with an X, TOPX, hottopicspodcast.com. With that same email, hottopicspodcast@gmail.com, and you can call us at our number, and I'm gonna get the number right this time.
Please.
Right? It's 1-443-860-2716. And for those who are outside of the country, that's also connected to WhatsApp. So I know a lot of people use WhatsApp.
Right.
So you can send us a message or send us a text. Don't call because it's going to not be answered. So also, please check out our social media on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and what was the other one?
Oh my God! I was expecting this. I'm like, oh, at least he didn't say the box, the square thing.
The square thing. That might be it. It might be it.
You already said it. You already said Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Facebook,
and
Threads.
Threads.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe that's it.
Yes, everything.
Yes. So
Everything.
if you go to www.hottopicspodcast.com, that's again with the X, you can actually listen to the podcast from there, or you can check us out on your favorite podcast platforms, and that's Spreaker, Apple. Now we on Apple.
Okay.
We have Podchaser, iHeartRadio, which I love, Castbox,
Spotify.
Spotify, Amazon Music, Podcast Addict, Deezer.
Wow.
Oh, they already told you how it's pronounced?
I didn't know this. And then the last one is
the last one that you didn't
Jio.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's
Jio
the one.
7. JIOSAAVN. That's actually, I think, Indian.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
So, yeah, because we actually got some people that listened to the last podcast from there.
Great.
So, we're looking at the
Thank
statistics.
you.
But once again, we want to thank you for joining our podcast for today.
Thank you, Pastor Dirty.
And
Thank you for having me.
continue with your great works on the streets of Baltimore,
Yes.
saving souls.
Yes. Yes.
And I want to also thank my co-host, Felonious Feather. She ditched out Interpol. So
Funny.
wow.
To be here.
and we rescued Lamb Chop from Southeast Asia, one of them box trucks.
The level of disrespect.